How do I get visitors to online store on YouTube? Videos are a very big thing, especially in 2022, especially YouTube itself. It has been a growing platform for the last few years, and 100 million users log onto YouTube every single day. Yes, this is a very big market, and there are potential customers on YouTube itself, and being present on YouTube, that's a great way to get in touch or to be closer to potential customers. In this video specifically, I'm going to explain to you how YouTube marketing works and what are the exact 3 ways that you can drive traffic from YouTube to your online store. I am Clarice Lin, the RI doctor who helps small businesses and online stores get more traffic and sales by getting on Google and YouTube page 1. Today's video is about YouTube marketing. So YouTube is a gigantic platform, 100 million active users log onto YouTube every single day, 2.1 billion active users logged in every single month. The age range from teenagers, kids to working professionals, parents, and people who have retired. And people who are also using YouTube, some of them use it as a search engine, meaning that if they're searching for a product or if they're thinking they want to buy something, YouTube is also the platform where they go to. So if you have a store itself, growing a presence on YouTube, it will be very beneficial to you. People typically go onto YouTube for 2 reasons: to relax or to feel entertained. There are also people who go onto YouTube to look for solutions, to see unboxing videos, look at peer reviews. And did you know that 68% of YouTube users watch videos to guide their purchase decision? Usually people who have watched your YouTube videos will get a good feeling about your products. They feel more connected with your products because they can actually see your products in a much clearer light through videos. The YouTube platform is a very powerful resource for many people, and that's exactly where you want to be if you're looking to grow your store sustainability in the middle to long term. There are 3 main ways that you can do YouTube marketing, and the first, which is the most straightforward, is to work with YouTube influencers. Look for YouTube channel owners who already have an existing group of subscribers. Maybe they have a few thousand, tens of thousands of subscribers, or maybe 100,000 plus subscribers. So you can look for them and see if they align with your store and if they're using some of your products. When you tap into their resource, usually typically because as they're influencers, that means people actually, their subscribers actually listen to them, listen to their advice. So if you can actually convince them to work with you, it's an easier way. This is different from actually advertising, where you need to go into the technicalities and details of designing your ad. When you work with an influencer, it's easier because you need to describe to them what you actually want to sell, how they can help to promote your products, and some of those influencers, they actually would have ideas for you on how they would want to work with you and collaborate with you. And some of them specifically would also have options for you to choose from. So it's an easier option because these are people who have also worked with other store owners, maybe other brands as well, so they really know what they can talk to their audience about. Then how would you go about looking for those YouTube influencers? So you can actually go onto Google and type in like YouTube influencers. Let's say if you're selling products like makeup products, you can type in like, YouTube makeup influencers products. So you can look for them manually and then source out those influencers, and then you have to check them out to see if they are actually legit. You look at each of their videos to see how are their viewers responding to them. You can also check out their social media handlers, check out their website to see if they could potentially be a good fit. Another way you can actually work with YouTube influencers is also to go through an agency. Some of those influencers, they work with an agency. The one thing about working with an agency is there will be likely an overhead cost on top depending on what's the arrangement of the YouTube influencers with those agencies. So that could affect the price you're paying for YouTube marketing with them. If you're working directly with the influencer itself, it cuts away a lot of the middleman's costs, and maybe if you're working well, you can negotiate a good contract going forward. Another way to look for these YouTube influencers is if you know exactly who are the competitors of your products, you can actually go onto YouTube, you can Google those products out and see who are the different influencers already talking about these other products. So you can also look at who are the YouTube influencers whom you can potentially work with. So there are 4 different ways that you can work with them. One is to sponsor one of their videos. Specifically, they can mention more about your video, describe about your product, and describe about your brand. Or you could sponsor a couple of their videos so they can briefly mention that this video was sponsored by blah blah blah, the name of your store. So that would also help if they mention you in a few videos, and potentially they could also put your brand name in their description and pin comments as well. You can ask them, okay, if I sponsor your videos, can we put a little banner in your background of your videos so people can see your branding throughout the entire video as well? So that also helps to raise your brand's visibility. And of course, you could also ask them specifically if you want to be invited to their channel. Some of them actually work with store owners directly. They will invite them to their channel and they can also talk about their product. So this is another way that you can work with them. I hope that gives you some inspiration on what are the different ways that you can collaborate with them. So what are the pros and cons? Pros is these YouTube influencers already have a group of loyal subscribers and loyal audience who listen to them. So if this YouTube influencer's branding is in alignment with your brand, then it could be a good fit. You could easily channel some traffic to your store itself. So that's good, you don't have to think too much about it. Drawback is you don't know if those YouTube influencers could be a good fit. You don't really know if you have rapport with them. So that takes some time for you to figure out along the way. I would recommend you to maybe start with a small project, and if it works well and you're actually really getting traffic to your store, turning to potential customers, then this could be something you can work with them on a longer contract. And if you want to look for alternative ways like working with Instagram influencers, you can also check out my other video where I talk about how you can get Instagram influencers to promote your store. Check it out here. The link is in the top right hand corner of the screen. So do check that out. The second way to market on YouTube is to run YouTube ads. YouTube ads meaning that you would have to create a video, a short video clip, and then you have to promote it on YouTube itself. That's similar to how you do Facebook ads or Instagram ads. It's slightly different is now you're doing YouTube, so the setup will be slightly different. You will need to go into the AdWords, Google AdWords, to set up an account and then target the right people. The concept of running ads is similar. You have to find the right group of people, whether it is to target the correct age group. There will be an age range which you can select, whether they're male, female, or you're targeting like all gender, or you could also target people based on their household income, or whether if they're parents. So these are different options that you can choose from by selecting your different audience type, and also of course selecting the particular location, the country or the city whom you want to target. Before you start creating a YouTube ads, you might want to shortlist the different channels that you want to be running ads on, or specific videos that you want to be running ads on. The other way is you want to be targeting specific keywords that you'll be running ads for, so you can do your little research and then put in all the different keywords. So if a user actually searches for a particular keyword and go to YouTube search results, then your YouTube ads will show up for them. The next thing you want to think about as well is what's your budget for running your ads? What's your cost per click that you want to be running? Do you want people to click on it, or you're running a brand awareness? And you would also want to decide on the different type of ad. Do you want to select the skippable ads or non-skippable ads, which could likely be more expensive? So there are different ad types that you can select from. If you're really good with creating videos and you are quite technical, then you shouldn't have a problem setting up your own YouTube ads itself on the Google Ads account. So there are two aspects of it which is more challenging than the option one that I've mentioned, is that you need to think about a video ad to be created, good video ad creative, and you also need to do your targeting options correctly. If you're not doing it right, the cons of running YouTube ads is that you burn up a lot of money really quickly and you're not seeing any results. You can choose to figure this all out by yourself, or you can also choose to work with someone to help you to set all of this up. If that all sounds overwhelming to you and you're not ready to run ads yet, then I would highly recommend you to choose option one, which is to work with YouTube influencers. That will be a quicker solution and it's more straightforward without having to figure out all the details, because if you work with a YouTube ads agency as well, that also costs a lot for that working fee, and it's a huge learning curve if you are doing it by yourself. But also there's another option for you, is if you don't want to run any ads yet, you can also check out my other video right here where I talk about how you can drive traffic to your online store without running ads. Check that out, link is in the top right hand corner of the screen. The last and final way to market on YouTube is to grow your own YouTube channel. That's what I usually help store owners to do to grow a brand. I highly advocate growing your own YouTube channel, but I also understand at the same time that growing a YouTube channel is not easy. Running a YouTube channel is for people who are in for the middle to long-term strategy, because you're not suddenly going to get an influx of customers or traffic to your store right at the beginning. But if you do it right, that's going to help you to get a steady stream of traffic in the long term. And by that time, you would have a good YouTube creation process all set up. You are growing a group of loyal customers and people who are supporting your brand, growing a group of community. So that's really good for your brand building as well, which I also talk about in one of my videos where I talk about how important brand building is for an online store. You can check that video out right here. Link is in the top right hand corner of the screen. People get to know more about you, know about your business, know about how you do your business, and it's actually sharing a lot of information with those potential customers because they want to learn all there is to learn about the subject. A couple of YouTube channels that have done it really successfully is, for example, like Cobbler Dan from Hertfordshire. I'm going to share the link. Here it is. So basically he's like a cobbler and he helps customers to repair shoes, and he shows all the different process of how he actually helps to repair the shoes and what are the products that he uses and what he recommends. He explains exactly why he's using certain products and how he repairs them. And at the same time, they have a store which also sells some of those shoe products. So that not only helps to promote his store, but at the same time also promote his online store's products. Another successful Shopify brand that has built a community around their brand and store is Gymshark, who sells apparel for people who do sports. So they have built up a community around the brand itself, and each of their videos, they highlight like different athletes or like people who are doing different sports, like in the gym or outside, people who are using their products. So that helps to showcase the other people who are buying their products. And that means like, okay, if you buy my products, you are just like them. Essentially, at the same time, Gymshark is building a community around their brand. And through this community, it continues to expand and spread to more people. So more people will hear more about Gymshark, and in the long term, get to know about their products and buy their products. Another successful brand is Beard Brand. Beard Brand basically sells products to men's grooming and men's growing products. In their videos, they not only share tips and tricks on how to maintain a good beard, of course, and also personal grooming as well. So they have many videos on that. So at the same time, through each of these videos, they are also promoting their products, so it helps to grow their online store sales. So that's a great way to grow the brand and get traffic to their store at the same time. So as you can see, these are 3 different examples that you can seek some inspiration from. I hope that helps. So if you are in it for the long haul and you have some budget to spare to grow your marketing asset in the long term, I'll definitely highly recommend you to grow a YouTube channel, because growing a YouTube channel is the best way to share your brand values. People get to see you, people get to see your brand, and it feels very personal, as though the person is just sitting right across from you, across the table. I would say the best part about growing YouTube channel is you are building a community around your business, around your brand, and this is something that your competitors won't be able to copy from you. It's your unique branding, so people know personally, they feel connected, they feel they want to support you. Actually, what I find is YouTube viewers would also typically become one of your best brand advocates. And growing your YouTube channel also means that you're not reliant on other people, on like running ads, or if you're worried about how other people are performing. Once you have your YouTube channel, you have direct control over your marketing channels. You don't have to worry that your YouTube videos, once they are created, they can actually be rewatched again and again. New viewers or subscribers in the future can also go back to watch one of your older videos, so your older videos that you have created will not go to waste, so you can recycle. And also those videos you have created, some of them you can also promote it on your online store as well, so it helps to drive traffic across, which helps to build a stronger brand. The cons of growing a YouTube channel is at the beginning, growth could be slightly slower and you need to stick it out for at least 6 months to a year before you can actually see the results coming through. But once you get past that, your channel starts to grow and more viewers or potential customers get to know about your store. That's when you yield the results of all your efforts. If you want to work with someone professional to grow your YouTube channel, so you are actually growing, check out my link in the description and pinned comments. I work with store owners and small businesses to grow their YouTube channel, YouTube presence, so they turn viewers into customers. If you are looking for alternative ways to drive traffic to your store, check out my Shopify marketing guide. It's a free download. Link in the description and pinned comments below, where I share the pros and cons of different ways of driving traffic to your store, so do check that out. And if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos on how to get more traffic and sales by getting on Google and YouTube. Page 1, I'm Clarice Lin, the ROI Doctor, signing off. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you.